When you think about who the best welterweight is in the UFC, well, in the UFC's history, there's two people that come to mind, and those two people are Kamaru Usman and Georges St Pierre. Before I even start with this video, if you have any opinions on how this fight will go in your opinion, please leave them down in the comments right now, and then if you have another opinion after this video is finished, then leave that in the comments as well. So we're going to go into each man separately first before we go into both of them and how they're each going to win this fight, but we're going to start with Kamaru Usman. The Nigerian nightmare Kamaru Usman is 33 years old and he has a record of 19 wins and 1 loss. And with that 19 wins and 1 loss, he also has 4 title defences. He is 6 foot in height and he has a 76-inch reach. And his last 3 fights have been against Jorge Masvidal, which went to decision. Then he fought Gilbert Burns, which he had a KO in round 3. And then he fought Jorge Masvidal again and delivered one of the nastiest KOs in the second round we've seen in a while. So now we're going to move on to Georges St Pierre. He is 40 years old at the minute and he has a record of 26 wins and 2 losses. With his 26 wins and 2 losses, he also has 9 title defences, which is one of the most in the UFC history. And with that, he is 5'11" and he also has a 76-inch reach, which is the same as Kamaru Usman. Georges St Pierre's last 3 fights come against Nick Diaz, which he won by decision. Then he fought Johnny Hendricks, which was a close split decision. And then he took some time off and then came back to win the middleweight championship against Michael Bisping with a 3rd round submission. So now we're going to get into how this fight would play out if they both fought. I'm going to look at first, it's going to be they're both gas tanks. Now, it's no surprise that Kamaru Usman and Georges St Pierre's success comes along with their great gas tanks. Kamaru Usman never stops, he always pushes the pace. You've seen that against Colby Covington, because Colby Covington liked to do the same thing, but Kamaru Usman came out on top on that one. And with Georges St Pierre's gas tank, he'd had many 5-round fights, and you can just see by the way he mixes it all up, he never gets tired. He's always taking people down, he always is putting a lot of output into striking, so his gas tank never fails him either. So if these two fighters did fight, if Kamaru Usman and Georges St Pierre managed to get into the octagon with each other, then I would see that if it went to 5 rounds, then it would be a very fast-paced fight. In my opinion, Kamaru Usman may have a better gas tank, just a little slight bit towards him other than Georges St Pierre. Just the way his output was against Colby Covington, who is also on par with their gas tanks. It just shows that how good Kamaru Usman is. And with that much muscle on him as well, it's just so strange how he can keep that pace up for 25 minutes. Now with both men's wrestling credentials, Georges St Pierre loves to take people down and also Kamaru Usman loves to take people down. Let's talk about their takedown and defense, because if these two fighters did fight, then you would obviously see one of them go for a takedown. They both might go for a takedown if they did fight. But if you look at the both takedown defenses, Kamaru Usman has 100% takedown defense, which means he has never been taken down in the UFC, which is absolutely crazy. But with this, if he did manage to get taken down by GSP, we haven't seen him on his back, which I know he's a good ground fighter in himself when he's on top, but we don't know how he is off his back, so it'd be nice to see if Georges St Pierre managed to get him down, to see if he could keep him down. And that would probably be one of the ways that Georges St Pierre could have success in this fight. Georges St Pierre was great at holding people down, just like the Nick Diaz fight. He just kept him on the floor the whole fight really, and literally just dominated him the whole fight just from his takedown and his ground game. Kamaru Usman can take down anyone that he's fought really, with ease, so he probably wouldn't have much trouble taking Georges St Pierre down, especially if he mixed up his striking with it and he mixes up his attacks and just tries to sneak in a little takedown now and then. I'm pretty sure he could get him on his back, but Georges St Pierre with his ground game would probably be able to get back up. Same as Kamaru Usman, it's just they are so closely contested that this fight could go either way, and I would love to see him fight, but I don't think it'll ever happen. Now we're going to look at the striking. With the striking, we've seen with the Kamaru Usman Jorge Masvidal fight that happened just over a week ago now, we've seen Kamaru Usman striking improved tremendously. He knocked out Jorge Masvidal, which many people didn't think that would happen. Jorge Masvidal has never really got finished like that, and Usman just knocked him out cold. Now Usman did look a bit sloppy at times on the feet against Jorge Masvidal in the first round. He was swinging punches, going for them power punches, and it looked a bit like not very technical. When you see Jorge Masvidal striking, he did look more complete as a striker, but who am I to say when Kamaru Usman delivers a knockout like that? Now with Georges St Pierre's striking, he does mix in a lot of kicks. He's got a very good Muay Thai, and his boxing isn't bad either. He did drop Michael Bisping to get that submission in his middleweight fight against him, so he does have power. I can't see him, if he did ever fight Kamaru Usman, knocking him out, but he could mix up his kicks with some body kicks, try and weigh Kamaru Usman out, try and test that gas tank of his, and mix things up with head kicks and body kicks and his boxing as well. With the striking credentials of Georges St Pierre just being a little bit better than Kamaru Usman, I think that he could, if it went to decision, he could slightly tip the judges his way from just the striking that he's landing on the feet. That's if he doesn't get taken down a lot from Kamaru Usman, because that 76 takedown defense, well 76% takedown defense, is a little bit surprising, as I said, because you think of Georges St Pierre taking everyone down, but he has been taken down in his career a lot, and then you look at Kamaru Usman's takedown defense and it's 100%. So I'm going to give you my prediction now of how this fight could go if it ever happened. I think that if it went a decision, it would go Georges St Pierre's way, because he has been through many decisions and he always finds a way to tip the judges his way. This happened in the Johnny Hendricks fight, which I thought was a very close fight. Maybe Johnny Hendricks just tipped that one his way, in my opinion, but Georges St Pierre came out with a win. He always finds a way to win, so if it went decision, then I could see Georges St Pierre winning that fight. Kamaru Usman could stop Georges St Pierre within the distance because of how his striking has improved and his overall game has improved. That is if they fought now. If they fought now when Georges St Pierre is 40 years old and Kamaru Usman is 33, then obviously Kamaru Usman would have the advantage of being a younger fighter. But if Georges St Pierre was in his prime and Kamaru Usman fought right now, then I think Georges St Pierre would scratch out a decision against him, which would be a very close fight, but Georges St Pierre would take that one. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I want you to leave in the comments what you think would happen in this fight if Georges St Pierre fought Kamaru Usman in his prime, or right now when he's 40 years old. Just leave it in the comments. If there's any other fights you want me to predict and break down, leave that in the comments as well. So I'll catch you in the next video.